What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode. Today we're talking all about Premier One poultry electric fencing, and we're going to be talking about single spike versus double spike, pros and cons of each, and which you might want in your certain context. So I hope this video is going to be helpful for you, so let's jump into it. All right, so jumping right in, Premier One electric fencing is basically just a portable electric fence that you can use to contain your chickens. It also keeps all types of ground predators out. Now, I love this fencing, and I'm not sponsored in any way by Premier One, so I'm giving you my 100% honest review. Now, I do have multiple types of fencing. I have the single spike, and I have the double spike. The single spike is a little bit thicker, and the spike is larger, and you can actually hammer that fencing in the ground with a rubber mallet or something like that. And this is really, really good for rocky soils, hard soils, things where it's going to be hard to get that little spike into the ground. And personally, on our property, we have fairly rocky soil as our property begins to slope up towards a ridge, and getting the thin single spike into the ground is very, very difficult, and we've actually been bending the double spiked. And so I've switched over to the single spike, and personally I love it. However, if you're in a context where your soil is not rocky, maybe it's really soft and you need a little bit more support, the double spike might be the better option for you. Again, the only downfall to a double spike is if you are ever in hard rocky soil or it's really dry and you're in a drought, then getting those double spikes in the ground is next to impossible. We had a drought this past year here in central Arkansas, and I could barely get the double spikes in the ground, and so it was really frustrating. But again, I switched over to the drivable single spike, and I'm in love with it, and I'll probably never buy the double spike again. My other suggestion if you're purchasing this fence would be to get it in 50-foot lengths. And the reason is for that is when you're moving this fencing material around and you have a entire 150-foot section that's not broken up, it can get really cumbersome as you're trying to move it and fold it up and carry it to your next location or next paddock that you're rotating your birds. So that would be my one huge suggestion, would be to get it in 50-foot sections. My other suggestion would be to get a lot of the fiber tough rods whenever you do buy your fence, because this helps support it up in sections where it may be sagging. And when your fence sags and it's kind of laying on the ground, that's going to be draining your battery if you are using a solar energizer like we are. Overall, though, I love Premier One products, and if you do have some issues with your fence or your energizer, you can call them and talk to someone. They have tons of people that are there every single day, and you can call them and get lots of support. I've called many a times when I've had issues. If you're just getting started with your small-scale farm or homestead and you just need some additional help or some coaching, I'll offer that as a service. You can go down in the description for a little bit more information. You can always email me as well if you have questions.